The Rock is the greatest wrestler ever. Alright, I may be, a bit biased, but you can keep your Stone Colds, your Shawn Michaels, and even your Mantars. I love you, Dwayne. No professional wrestler has ever captivated an audience like The Rock. Hulk Hogan comes close, as does Stone Cold Steve Austin, but at the end of the day, there's a reason why we call this guy the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. If you smell it! He was never the most skilled wrestler in the world. Well, aside from that time he did a sliding people's elbow that looked awesome. But it didn't matter. Rock's supreme showmanship and unparalleled charisma trumped everything else and made him into an era-defining megastar. Barely a year passed without him effortlessly switching personas or tweaking his character in some way. But how do The Rock's numerous personas stack up against each other? I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture. This is The Rock, and these are his many faces ranked from worst to best. Number 8. Rocky Maivia. Let me take you on a journey back to the mid-90s. People dressed like this, I looked like this, and the audience wished death on a rookie. Oh, those were the days. The Rock's first character was so disastrous that if he hadn't been so naturally charismatic, it would have been almost certain death for his career. He debuted in 1996, and his name, Rocky Maivia, came from his dad, Rocky Johnson, and his grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia. And his outfit? Well, apparently that was chosen by Stevie Wonder. Rock was immediately thrust into a position of prominence. He was the sole survivor in his debut match at Survivor Series, eliminating Goldust and Crush along the way. An impressive debut, yes, but it soon became clear that Rocky was greener than an envious Kermit. The fans rejected his overbearing do-gooder persona. Even Simon Miller isn't that nice, but the push didn't stop. The audience's hostility escalated as Rocky's prominence soared. Now, who does that remind me of? He was regularly met with chants of "Rocky sucks" and "Die, Rocky, die." And it was clear the character wasn't working. Moving on. Number 7. The special guest. Since 2014, The Rock has become the absolute worst kind of WWE guest. Well, aside from maybe this guy, who wants you to know he's doing fine, by the way. He still gets a huge pop and brings a big audience, but he never uses his popularity to benefit anyone other than himself, and continually buries full-time performers. He's like a human embodiment of Raw 25, basically. Let's take a look back through the history books. October 2015 saw him appear on Raw to confront Rusev and humiliate Lana in front of a global television audience. The 2015 Royal Rumble saw Rocky appear to fend off Kane and Big Show and aid his cousin, they quite like mentioning that, Roman Reigns, to Rumble victory. Yeah, that went down about as well as a finer lift. Oh, and his shenanigans continued in 2016. The Rock once again turned his focus to Rusev and Lana, implying that he boinked her, and then dragged tag team champions The New Day down with him too. And at WrestleMania 32, The Rock came out, set fire to some letters because announced the night's record-breaking attendance, which we know is always bollocks, and squashed Eric Rowan. Right guys, my work here is done. See you when I've got something to promote. Number 6. WCW Champion. 2001 saw a clear shift in The Rock's character. He was still the people's champion, but his act was becoming increasingly stale. It felt more phoned in. Hey, I suppose you could say some eyebrows were raised at his performance. Oh, come on. Fans became jaded with The Rock in the aftermath of WrestleMania 17. Rocky had just lost his WWE Championship thanks to Stone Cold Steve Austin's inexplicable heel turn and alignment with Vince McMahon. And when he returned to TV that July, Rock joined the invasion as a member of Team WWF, facing WCW's very best like Shawn Stasiak and Lance Storm. His main contributions revolved around his WCW Championship feud with Booker T, and he captured the title on 2 separate occasions over the coming months. Rock lost his title when Chris Jericho unified the belts at Vengeance 2001, you may have heard him mention that once or twice, and the Hulk Hogan rivalry kicked in shortly afterwards. Rocky pinned Hogan at Mania and was drafted to SmackDown shortly afterwards, but his sabbatical was just around the corner. I mean, come on, this is the Scorpion King after all. Number 5, the PartTime Icon. Rocky was announced as WrestleMania 27's guest host during his first Raw appearance in 7 years, thus kickstarting his infamous once-in-a-lifetime feud with John Cena. May occur more than once in a lifetime. Their Mania 28 match was made almost a year in advance, and at Survivor Series, The Rock wrestled his first match in, well, yeah, bloody ages. He and Cena joined forces to defeat The Miz and R-Truth, and hype levels were through the roof ahead of WrestleMania. Well, unless you have CM Punk, of course. Rocky prevailed, defeating an overconfident Cena after reversing John's attempted people's elbow into a rock bottom. But wait! There's more. The 2013 Royal Rumble saw The Rock become WWE Champion after defeating CM Punk as a part-timer, before eventually dropping the belt to Cena in a WrestleMania rematch a few months later. Yay? Rock vs Cena 1 felt like a truly special moment. So of course, WWE milked it dry. Number 4. Nation of Domination. The transition from Rocky Maivia to The Rock remains a masterclass in how to turn an ailing babyface's career around. It's something that could help, oh, I don't know, all of these guys? Rock had been off television for 4 months before aligning with the Farouk-led Nation of Domination, and his heel turn was perfect. The crowd already hated Rocky, and connecting with Farouk, D'Lo Brown and Karma before he gave it all up for pimping cemented his villainous status. Finally comfortable in his role, Rocky took to insulting everybody, and nobody from the audience to poor old Kevin Kelly was safe. You laugh, but we were all this kid, to be honest. Once a universally rejected babyface, The Rock's popularity grew organically. By the time he was feuding with Mark Henry to effectively end the Nation, Rocky was a well-supported face for the first time in his career. Number 3. Corporate Rock. The Rock turned heel to join Vince McMahon's corporation in 1998, and as a result won the WWE Championship for the very first time at Survivor Series. How could you bastard? In a finish reminiscent of the Montreal Screwjob, oh, that's original, Vince's assistants saw Rocky screw Mankind out of the gold, resulting in a double turn for both of the competitors, and kicked off one of the most successful periods in Rocky's career. He was decked out in designer shades and flashy shirts that looked like something out of a Magic Eye painting. The Rock cut razor-sharp heel promos on a weekly basis and embarked on an incredible feud with Mankind that took them all the way to WrestleMania 15's main event. Some regard Corporate Rock as one of the greatest heels of all time, but he'd go on to better that later in his career. Don't worry, we'll get to it. Number 2. The People's Champion. As a babyface, this was The Rock's undisputed peak. His character gradually evolved from 1999 to 2001. And after starting off cocky and arrogant, his personality grew in intensity. Just like me, sort of. By early 2001, The Rock had become one of WWE's biggest badasses, and few could match his fire and passion. The arrogance was still there, of course, but The Rock was a far more driven performer than ever before. This persona saw The Rock become a multi-time champion, link up with Mankind as one half of the Rock and Sock connection, and draw one of the biggest victory pops in WWE history when he defeated Triple H at Backlash 2000. And he did it all with this hairline. That's a 5 head if I ever saw one. Anyway, there's no question about it, this persona was an unparalleled success. The downside of The Rock's People's Champion character is that WWE have continually tried to replicate this persona's traits with other wrestlers, most notably, of course, Roman Reigns. There will never be another babyface quite like The Rock, no matter how hard WWE try. Number 1. Hollywood Rock. Few wrestlers can lay claim to playing one of the most iconic heel gimmicks of all time, let alone two. The Rock can, however, and his time as a Hollywood heel in 2003 produced some of the best work of his career. I'm not even mad. That's amazing. The Rock left WWE to kickstart his burgeoning acting career in 2002, and in January 2003, the grand comeback began. But it was clear something had changed. Hollywood had turned Rocky snobbish, and it was impossible to shake the idea that he now considered himself above wrestling, the business that had made him famous in the first place. The People's Champion was dead and gone. Pull one out, brothers. The Rock started belittling the crowd and his opponents on a weekly basis and debuted his rock concert segments, where he'd grab a guitar and just have a pop at wherever the host city was. Leaving Sacramento. Things like his infamous Toronto promo, hideously self-indulgent ring entrance, and eternally sharp wit made this the most compelling run of The Rock's career, even if it did last just a few short months. Hollywood Rock is the greatest short-term gimmick in wrestling history. Fight me. This run saw The Rock score another win over Hulk Hogan, finally defeat Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 19, and then fall to Goldberg at Backlash. Yes, he was soon jetting off for Hollywood again, but this run produced some of The Rock's best work of his career in a very condensed period of time too. It was tough for WWE fans to jeer him even when he was destroying them on the mic. Ha ha, hey, screw that guy. The Rock, as always, was just too damn entertaining for his own good. But I suppose that's just what happens when you're the most charismatic wrestler in WWE history. So there you have it, the many faces of The Rock ranked from worst to best. What do you reckon? Yeah, surprisingly not that talkative. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You can check out some more of our recent videos here. Thanks for watching. I've been Adam from WhatCulture, he's been The Rock, and we will see you soon.